All right, so companies like Acura, Mercedes, and BMW have been producing small luxury SUVs for years. So why did it take Lexus until 2014 to give us their NX? And was it worth the wait? Today we're diving into the best and worst things about the 2020 Lexus NX 300 F Sport. Thank you for watching Downshift, where we do car reviews, comparisons, lists, and a whole bunch of nonsense. Make sure you watch the videos all the way through and subscribe, because every year 10% of YouTube revenue goes to the Ocean Conservancy. Let's save those turtles. We're going to start off with the worst, and the first thing is very apparent the second you step behind the wheel. It's extremely tight in here. I know this is the F Sport and it's supposed to be more aggressive, but the bolsters on the legs pinch my thighs together. My knee rests uncomfortably along this, stitched leather padding on the center console. I hit my knees on the steering wheel. I know it's supposed to be focused and tailored, but why is it that the driver has the least amount of room? Passenger seat, fine. Back seats, fine. Driver, cramped. Now, secondly, this is a $50-some thousand car the way that it's spec'd, and the backup camera looks like it came out of, well, a Corolla. It's got a terrible fisheye effect. The top-down 360 view is actually very good, so if you're going to be using this at all, that's what I would use, because the fisheye warping effect on the center, it really is distorting, and it makes it really difficult to actually understand what's behind you, which is the whole purpose of the backup camera. And third, we're going to stay with technology, and the infotainment systems on these Lexuses have never been that great. Nobody ever brags about them like you get with a BMW or a Mercedes. It's kind of hard to navigate, and yeah, they went to a more kind of trackpad style rather than the mouse, which is an improvement, but it's still really difficult to navigate, and for that reason, some people swear off Lexus entirely. I mean, just change it, Lexus. Now, the fourth thing that I don't love is the engine, and this is the F Sport, and you get a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder, which is actually surprising. Toyota and Lexus usually swear off turbochargers for reliability's sake, but you kind of have to have a little added torque here. However, it still only produces like 230 horsepower, 235, I believe, and a similar number in torque, so it's just not that punchy, and it sounds a bit wheezy when you ring it out. All right, so with all that out of the way, let's talk positives, and we're gonna start outside because I wanna talk about the looks of this thing. A lot of people give Lexus a lot of crap because they're overstyled, and I kind of tend to agree in some cases. However, this is the F Sport, and typically, my opinion, the F Sports always look a little bit better. You get a little bit more accenting on the front bumper. You get a kind of a black chrome, unique grille pattern. You get these really aggressive running lights, which you get anyways, but you get some additional badging. Your wing mirrors are blacked out. Your wheels are cooler and bigger, and you get this really, really exciting and just different pumpkin orange. And it looks really cool, but if it were my color and my choice, I would probably go with the pearl white that Lexus does. It looks incredibly rich and just really, really good. Now, speaking of pearl and white, that brings us to the interior, which is my second favorite thing here. Lexus always does a really good job with interiors, but I want to talk specifically about these seats. White, two-tone, dark gray, kind of a cream white. There's the perforated leather here for your heated and cooled seats. You've got contrasted white stitching here, and you have a reverse two-tone in the back where it's predominantly black/gray, and then has white accents. It carries through on the door panels, and it's just really, really cool. White interiors are just a terrible choice for durability, but they look so good. So this is a really, really well done interior, Lexus. All right. So speaking of interior, we're going to check out the back seat, and this is where a small SUV, specifically a family SUV, is made or broken. If you have room back here, you win. If you don't, you're stricken from the list. And the NX performs really well. I have 2 to 3 inches in front of my knees here. I have plenty of headroom. Now, with that said, the Acura RDX has it's a bigger car, and it has more space in the back. It has a bigger sunroof. Panel goes all the way back. That's more impressive. But as far as comfortability and livability and space back here, it's really good. Basically a flat floor, no real hump for the drivetrain. Very, very comfortable. And the fourth thing that I like about it is behind the wheel, it's pretty good. Yeah, it's a 2-liter turbocharged engine. It doesn't make a whole lot of power. It's a little bit wheezy, but the actual drive is very smooth. Power comes on pretty linearly and very predictable. There's a good amount of cabin isolation. It's not perfect, but for something at this price point, this is one of the more entry-level. Aside from the UX, this is a more entry-level Lexus, and you still get a lot of refinement, a lot of just really nice cabin design, and the experience behind the wheel reflects the higher trim and the higher tier automobile that this is. So there it is. Those are the best and worst things about the 2020 Lexus NX 300 F-Sport. When you think Lexus, you think of three things. You think of nice interiors, you think of comfort, and you think of reliability. And this thing hits really hard on two of those three things. It's lacking a little bit in the terms of comfort. So, if it were my money, ultimately at the end of the day, I would go with the Acura RDX. It's a little bit more fun to drive, it's a little bit more comfortable, it's a little bit bigger, it's a little bit more practical SUV. However, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want to see more, I've done a complete Battle of Japan series on compact sedans. Go ahead and click any of these things anywhere around here and you'll check out that series. I'll see you next time.